Years ago, I read a book by a Dr. Joseph Price entitled Coronaries, Cholesterol, and Chlorine. His research indicated that almost all coronary heart disease, including strokes, is caused by chlorinated water. Chlorine, of course, is put in water to disinfect it, to kill bacteria and viruses that cause diseases like typhoid and cholera. And it does an okay job of that. The rub is that it damages people too. One noted biochemist says that chlorine is so dangerous that it should be banned. Another stated that chlorinated water is hazardous to our health, if not deadly. Remember, chlorine is used as a chemical weapon like mustard gas from World War I to Iraq, as well as dry cleaning solvents and bleaches. Autopsies performed on 300 GIs from the Korean War with an average age of 22 years found that 80% of them showed gross evidence of hardening and almost complete blockage of some of their arteries. Their water had been so heavily chlorinated that some of them had difficulty in drinking it. At normal consumption rates, it may take 20 to 30 years for the damage to show up. Of interest is the fact that about 20 years after the commencement of chlorination in America, there was a tremendous increase in the heart attack rate. Additionally, the cancer rate is 93% higher for those who consume chlorinated water. We're not only exposed to chlorine in the water we drink, but we bathe and swim in it. It's been found that to inhale the hot steam in a shower can give you up to 100 times the exposure of drinking the water. And some experts have warned that if you can smell the chlorine at a pool, don't go in.
What about the dangerous stuff that they're finding in our water that we hear about all the time? And probably the most dangerous stuff is the chlorine that they put in it to disinfect it. Now, isn't it ironic that the chemical that they put in it to make our water safer could be the most dangerous stuff in there?
It is ironic, and it's actually shocking to hear that. What about chlorine makes it so dangerous?
You know, exposure to chlorine in water has been positively linked to heart disease, hardening the arteries, Alzheimer's, and cancer. And you know what most people don't realize is we get 2/3 of our exposure to chlorine when we take a bath or a shower and it's absorbed through our skin. It's actually absorbed through our skin 6 times faster when in the shower or the bath than when we drink it.
That's, again, shocking to hear that because we shower every day, most of us anyway, and it absorbs through our skin really in a matter of seconds, right?
Exactly. Let me show you something. This is ordinary Tucson tap water, and it's the same water because I'm pouring it out of the same glass. These are the same pool test drops that you test for chlorine in your backyard swimming pool. I'm going to put 5 drops in there. If it turns yellow, and it is,
immediate change. Wow.
That means there's chlorine in there. Now, I'm going to take my fingers and swish them around in here to simulate taking a bath or a shower. Drop the same number of drops in there. And where'd all the chlorine go?
It went into your skin that quickly?
That fast. That's how much chlorine you absorb in the shower or bath, and that's how quickly you absorb it. And
Here we have a simple experiment to show the destructive nature of oxidation and free radicals. In the one glass we have sodium hypochlorite, also known as bleach. This is a strong oxidizing agent. In the other control glass we will add normal tap water. Now we add a strawberry to both glasses and wait 10 hours. We can see how chlorine oxidizes molecules responsible for color absorption within the strawberry. It also damages cell membranes and is highly destructive to cells in the strawberry. The control strawberry looks the same as before. When we cut the strawberries, we can see that the chlorine has infiltrated almost the entire strawberry within 10 hours. Chlorine kills bacteria and small organisms easily because it disrupts cell membranes. Chlorine is widely used in drinking water, and studies suggest that long-term exposure to chlorinated drinking water is associated with an increased risk for bladder and rectal cancer. Even though studies are limited on this topic, I advise users to filter tap water. Just another quick way to see the aggressive oxidative nature of chlorine is to eliminate the color of methylated spirits with a few drops of sodium hypochlorite.
When you drink a glass of water, you expect it to be clean, pure, and not contaminated with toxic chemicals, but you may not realize what could be in your water. Chemicals from manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, and who knows what else could be lurking in there. So we've invited Dirk Chamberlain, our independent water consultant, to tell us what to do. Dirk, welcome back.
Thanks, Al. It's great to be here.
Definitely. So every day we're hearing that there's these things in our water and that they're adding even more and more that's really sort of hurting us in our health. So what can we do?
You're right. It is pretty bad. You know, the Environmental Working Group, which is an independent agency that investigates water and stuff like that, tested all the water in every city in Arizona. And you know what they found? They found chemicals that exceeded the federal guidelines just about everywhere. So cities all over the state have this stuff in there. You know, there are 86,000 chemicals in use in the United States today, not including the pharmaceuticals like birth control, mood stabilizers, things like that. And, you know, the EPA hasn't added one chemical to their watch list in 10 years. Not one in 10 years. You got to wonder, what are these people doing? You know, you got to figure there's one chemical in that 86,000 chemicals that are used that should find its way into their watch list. So basically what they're saying is we're drinking, bathing, and cooking in water that the government says isn't safe.
That's terrifying, and there's really hasn't been a lot that we could do up to this point, and so far, all we've really done is complain.
Right, right. And you know what? That's all we can do, because what do we complain about? We complain about the taste. Well, you know what? This stuff, the really dangerous stuff, isn't stuff that you can taste or see. That's the stuff that's going to get you. But you know what? Frankly, if your water tastes bad, there's something in it that shouldn't be, because water without any contaminants doesn't have any taste at all. So if you taste something, there's something in there that shouldn't be. But you know what? Maybe the biggest culprit, the worst offender for taste, is the chlorine that they add to our water to disinfect it. You know, and chlorine has been linked to heart disease, strokes, cancer. You know, it is not the most efficient or the best way to disinfect our water. It's just the cheapest, and that's why they use it. Do you know that you could have more chlorine in your tap water than you do in your swimming pool?
That's really shocking.
Yeah. When was the last time you were ever tempted to go out and drink your swimming pool water?
Never.
Yeah.
Maybe my dog would do it, but I certainly wouldn't.
Yeah.